The objective today is to decide if code is worth protection under current copyright laws. So it's a second part of a three-part lesson actually on thinking about code and copyright together. Today you'll receive some great powers, and with great power comes great responsibility. So I'm about to show you something really cool today. What we have not started is CSS. This will really play a role in our copyright conversation. In progress, though, we are currently learning all the specifics of copyright. And completed, you should know what Creative Commons is. So, remember, the debatable question is what line can we draw between code that is unique and code that is not? Many programmers will use the share-alike license with the BY next to it for their code. And remember, BY, I put Beyonce here for BY. Think of BY as in it was by this person. So if I created a set of code that or a program that is really amazing and I'm all about sharing and it's okay if people use my work, I just want them to say my name, then that's what many, and I would even go as far as to say most programmers are comfortable with. As long as you say it's by them, they feel like they've gotten the respect that they want, and they can also use this stuff on their resumes to get other jobs. You know, in the programming world, a lot of people are working through contracts, so if you're a contract worker, they do want that respect to go along with the work that they've done. So just think BY, by somebody, Beyonce, Say My Name. That's a great song. So in the chapter, one video, the teacher will explain the stress old web developers went through to fix their code. So you're about to see that video once you go to the website we're working on today. And the website is all about using developer tools. Okay, so you're going to start manipulating code that other people have already created. And that's what I was referring to when I said you're about to receive some great power here. So let me finish what I'm saying right here, though. So the video, the guy's going to talk to you about how stressful it was in the olden days. And actually, you can relate to him now because you have gone through that. I, purposefully put you through that struggle so you can appreciate the tools you're learning now and the speedy tools I'll give you so you can be so much more efficient when you're coding or working on a project. And so I say you're welcome. Don't be angry at me. Anger is a punishment we give to ourselves for the mistake of somebody else. So also in the intro video, he's going to tell you that the purpose of dev tools is to edit elements on a page, edit the styles on a page, and we're not there yet, but debugging JavaScript is going to be a very helpful aspect of the developer tools. Okay, so we're ready to go to the website and watch that video and then do some of the challenges. Again, this is the powerful part of the lesson today, this activity. So step one, go to discover-devtools.codeschool.com. I might want to sign up for an account there. Second step, watch the video they play for you there. 3, complete the challenges. 4, be responsible with your newfound power. And then 5, come back to this video to finish. So once here and after the video, the screen should look like this. It says DOM manipulation. What does DOM stand for again? Well, it says right-click on the yesterday link and select the inspect element option. So here's yesterday. I see that it's a link. Inspect. And for me, I like my dev tools on the right-hand side. If you go up here to the 3 dots, you can move them to the bottom. You can move them wherever you'd like. But I keep mine on the right-hand side. So it says, after doing that, change yesterday to previous and tomorrow to next. So I'm going to go through the HTML here looking for yesterday, and I'm going to click it. And I see that it's already in a class called previous, but I'm going to follow the instructions here and title this previous. Then I'm going to go to the second one, tomorrow, and change that to next. Alright, and it check marked me saying I'm done, and if I go down here and look, I have changed that link. So I've gone onto a website that is already created, and I've changed 2 items on it. Next up, it looks like they want me to move the Run 5K event to the top of the list. Right now it's in second. Okay, so here's the tricky part. Sometimes you have to find little dots like right here, and if you double click them, it'll expand that particular code, and then you can do the thing that it tells you to. So I'm going to go right here to Run. Clicking on it highlights the whole line, and I can just pull it up. I don't have to type all that. And so now I've changed the order. It gave me a check mark. The last thing to do, add a class attribute of today to the B element inside the date H1 tag. So step 1, find the H1 tag. Okay, here it is. And then I see that the class equals date. This is what they want me to change, so I'm going to double click that. Change to today. I'm going to click off the page, and it has changed. So it looks like that now. However, it's not giving me the check mark, so I'm going to skip. And there we go. It says remove the dentist appointment event from the list. Going down here, there's dentist appointment. I'll click on it and just click the delete key. Okay, perfect. And then continue. You guys do not have to do anything further than this. I think this is just good enough for an intro. But if you want to continue, definitely that'd be a wise choice of your time to keep watching these videos. Whoa, keep watching these videos. You see how you have the speed turned way up on here. But you can keep watching and continue the challenges. A copyleft is a type of copyright license that allows redistributing the work, with or without changes, on condition that recipients are also granted these rights. So if I borrow something from George, then I need to let other people, Frank, borrow from me. So that's copyleft. What do computer software, modern sculptures, and the instructions on a shampoo bottle have in common? They all can be protected under U.S. copyright law. Not that they always are, but they can be. A copyright is robust and able to protect a wide range of human creative activity. Understanding how it works is essential for artists, writers, and programmers. So my think right share, do you agree? Software, sculptures, and shampoo instructions should be protected? Just like a story or a picture, computer code is a creative expression of an author. There are many important reasons why a programmer might seek copyright protection. Here are 4, well, it's actually 3 plus a non-example, reasons why, and one reason why not, a programmer should copyright software. Number 1, the code matters. There may be a dozen different ways to code a solution for a problem, or there may be only one. Your code may be the only way to connect 2 databases, and may be the best way to identify a very subtle signal in a set of data. Your code may be the essential part of what makes a product, an application, or even a garage experiment work. Just like the words of a story or the strokes in a painting, your code is a creative work that belongs to you. So number 2, give the world notice. The second reason to have copyright is inherent, meaning that it is automatically vested within the author when the work is finished. As soon as the word is on the page, the image on your SD card, or the code in the compiler, it is yours. But that doesn't mean someone else can make it too. Copyright is just that, a right to control who copies your work. It does not stop others from creating the same work. The code that you just wrote could also be created by another programmer in a similar circumstance. The software copyright only stops another programmer from copying your work. If she independently produces the same code without access to your original work, then you may not have any recourse. 3. Enforce your rights. A registered copyright is eligible for statutory damages, which are set by a judge. Instead of showing the actual cost of the infringement, a judge sets a dollar amount for each infringement. Statutory damages can be as high as $150,000 per infringement. And number 4 is the non-example, so actually don't copyright your work. It says copyrighted software requires the author to provide an example. That example will be available to anyone who seeks it at the Library of Congress, including your competitors. So if you copyright your software, then you will make a portion of your code available to the public, and that little portion may be just enough for them to figure out how to recreate your code, and therefore your trade secret or the ingenious thing you had come up with is now going to be out there in the public. Last part of your day, answering an IB question. Just choose one from the list and then answer the DOL. Why should ethics be considered when constructing web pages? And number 2, copy and paste your answer to this from Canvas to your open source tab on your website. So ethics and morals relate to right and wrong conduct. I thought I'd define ethics a little further for number 1. It says, while they are sometimes used interchangeably, they are different. Ethics refer to rules provided by an external source. For example, codes of conduct in workplaces or principles in religions. Morals refer to an individual's own principles regarding right and wrong. So think about that. There is the difference between ethics and morals. E is closer to the outside of the alphabet. M is right there in the middle. Think of your morals as the thing inside of you that tells you what right and wrong is. And ethics is the thing that's outside of you. We're more towards the fringe. So those are rules or ideas, rules coming from other sources outside of yourself.